YouTube, what's going on? Matt Garland here, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Oh my God. I hope all is well today. We are alive. We are blessed. Thank God for another day. Look, I got a special one for y'all today. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in as always. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. And shout out to everybody that I met this weekend while I was in Atlanta. Shout out to the whole EYL family. And again, congratulations to my peoples, my brother, my sister, Mike and Jessica. Congratulations on engagement, the new baby, the new mansions, everything. More life, more blessings to them. But today, I'm bringing on some heavy hitters. We're going to talk about the path to prosperity. I'm bringing on my brothers from another mother. I'm going to just bring them up. They don't even need no introduction, right? I'm bringing on my guy, Mr. Storm Leroy himself, and the one and only Ash Cash. What's going on,
What up? What
fellas?
up? Yo, MG, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for having us. Allowing us to rock out, man. Talk to the people. You know what I mean?
Look, man, look.
Marv, I think Marv is backstage. He might be ready. I think we just got a text from him. So, yeah, we greatly appreciate this moment, brother.
Look, as soon as he come backstage, we're going to bring in another certified gym dropper, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your pens and pads ready because this is like the triangle offense right now. These guys are giving you the path to prosperity. Abundance is your birthright. Ash, I steal your line all the time. I'm not even going to lie
It's
to
all
you.
good. No, it's all good. It's all good.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the purpose of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's a bar. And I always use it, man. And I always reference you when I use it. But today we talking about the path to prosperity, the power of proximity. But first of all, let's talk about information, right? Information is the number one resource of our community. And a lot of people in our past, as we were growing up, the reason why they never got started or they never excelled and became super successful is because they lacked information. So let me add Marvin to this right now too. Marvin, what's going on, my brother?
Man, what's going on, bro?
Look, we got the triangle offense in the building right now. Ladies and
We here.
gentlemen, you're about to get some gems beyond gems. But we just opened this up, Marvin. I was about to ask a question about information, right? And I believe information is the number one resource that we have in our community, and people that we grew up with didn't have access and resources to this information. And all three of you gentlemen have three different backgrounds with a lot of information. So let's start with you, Marvin, since you first came in here. How
Yeah.
important is it for you to be able to give out the information about your subject matter expertise?
Right. Thanks, Matt, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Enjoy your show. Enjoy
Thank you,
what
bro.
you're doing in the community and what you're doing for the people. Um, so to me, I believe there are things that people know that they know. Like I know that I know how to tie my shoe. It's no secret that I know how to tie my shoe, right? But I also know things that I don't know. Like I know that I don't know how to do surgery. Like if you gave me some knives and said operate, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I know that I don't know. Now if I know that I don't know that information, I could go to school for it. I can look it up. At least I know that I don't know it. But then there's a third layer, which is what I call the blind spot. These are things that I know that I don't know that I don't know. Well, with that type of information, if I don't know that I don't know it, how do I get it? Like I can't YouTube what I don't know that I don't know because I don't even know to look for it. And it's really in those blind spots which is the greatest opportunity for growth. So when I come to a conference or when I listen to your YouTube channel and you tell me about some things that I never even heard of before that I never would have looked for, that's my biggest opportunity for growth. So this is why I believe my subject matter is so important because I'm teaching about the infinite banking. I'm teaching about ways to structure your policy that people hadn't even heard of before. I'm teaching how you can make money 5 times off the same dollar. People haven't even heard about those things before. So when they hear it, it's like they're enlightened and like their mind is blown because they never even knew to look for it. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. And look, I can tell you, look, infinite banking. First of all, can you explain what infinite banking is for those folks who don't know?
Right. It's really a mindset. A lot of people, when you think about infinite banking, you think of insurance. Like it's a different way to structure insurance, but really infinite banking is a different way to live your life financially because the traditional financial system is broke. So what we do with the infinite banking, we teach you how to become wealthy by doing things a different way. And yes, that does include life insurance. Yes, that does include overfunding a permanent policy for the highest cash value for the lowest amount of death benefit. Because when you learn how to do that, then you can learn how to leverage your money and make your money grow for you 2 to 3 times out the same dollar. So many people don't know that you can actually borrow against a life insurance policy. It continues to grow as if you never touched it. You don't have to pay any taxes on it. Technically, Matt, you don't even have to pay it back because if you don't pay it back, it's simply subtracted from your death benefit. You don't need a good credit score. You don't need a loan. You don't need to apply for it. Once you fund a policy, you can always borrow a certain percentage of your cash value and keep it growing uninterrupted.
Big gems. But it starts with the mindset first.
Starts with the mindset. Mindset matters, for sure.
Ash, mindset matters, right? Mindset matters. And you speak a lot about mindset on your platform. What are, like, we going through a quote unquote recession. Inflation is here. People are struggling. People are complaining, right? How does one shift that mindset in today's market that we're in right now?
Yeah. I think that number one, it's about understanding, right? Our people perish through the lack of knowledge, right? And so, a lot of people hear, oh my God, it's a recession. Oh my God, there's high interest rates. Oh, like, and they're looking at these things from a negative perspective, right? There's 4 types of people in this world. You got a consumer, you got a producer, you have an investor, you have a philanthropist, right? And majority of people are that one thing. They're consumers. And so as a consumer, you're going to worry about a recession because if there's a recession, you pay higher prices, right? As a consumer, you're going to worry about, high interest rates because you're consuming, which means you need to borrow money to make things, right? So as a consumer, these things matter to you. But from a mindset perspective, if you start to say, you know what, let me understand what a recession is. Let me understand what comes with high interest rates. And when you start to understand that, you start to actually get excited about a recession. You start to get excited about high interest rates. Why? Because it just means there's opportunity. Whenever you are setting your financial life the right way, you actually will thrive during any economic time, right? And so when I hear the news say, hey, we are in a recession, I said, no, I'm not, right? Because I choose not to participate, right?
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? And so when you start thinking about whether it's a recession or not, yes, that's true, right? Henry Ford said there's those who think they can and those who think they can't. And so yes, it's true. There's a recession, but it is a recession if you choose to participate in it. And so the mindset has to, like you said earlier, right? Abundance is your birthright. And so when you accept that truth, right? When you accept the truth that abundance is your birthright, you will know that, you know what? Regardless of what's happening, I still have a choice to access the abundance that's mine from birth. But why don't people access the abundance? They don't access it because they're not around the right people, right? They're around the wrong people. They're around the wrong information. And so if you are around somebody who lost it all during the recession and they never got it back, then you're going to be like, wow, yo, this recession is scary. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared of this or whatever. But what if you were around somebody who lost it all, learned how to get it back, and know what to do to make sure, regardless of any economic times, they're gonna stay up? Those are the people you want to talk to. Those are the people you want to learn from. That's why y'all tapped into MG, right? Because MG look, they say you're not a hustler unless you could lose it all and get it all back, right? And so
Facts.
I show me your come up. Show me you was able to come up one time, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, that's cute. But show me you came up, show me you lost it, show me you got it back, and then you'll understand that money is not money isn't the thing that makes you rich, right? You give a broke person $1 million today, they will lose that $1 million. Why? Because they are not a millionaire. But if you give somebody who's mentally a millionaire $1 million, you take all that money away, guess what's going to happen? They will become a millionaire once again. Why? Because it starts with the mindset, right? Being a millionaire is not necessarily about how much money you have in your bank account. It's about your mindset. Can you get it back? Can you be around people and surround yourself with people who know how to get it? And that's why I believe mindset is 90% of the game, right?
Look, I
can tell
believe
you
you.
all. I can tell you all the plays. But if you ain't got the right mindset, you're gonna think it's too good to be true. You're gonna think people are scamming. You're not gonna take action fast. You're gonna wait. You're gonna say, oh, this is not a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'll do this later, right? If you don't have the right mindset. But if you have the right mindset, oh, I'm doing this now. Oh, this is the all right, let's go, right? Because what does now stand for? No opportunity wasted. Every opportunity I'm seizing the moment. Every opportunity I'm going hard. Every opportunity I'm gonna make sure I maximize my full potential, right? Because once I get to that million, what if God got $1 billion for you? And you being so lazy get to that first million, you can't even get to the B.
No opportunity wasted. Look, I need everybody in the chat right now to type in all caps NOW. No opportunities wasted. And one thing I want to piggyback on what you said, Ash, right? When I lost everything during the Great Recession, I could have made tens of millions of dollars so much faster. But I was so focused on the fear mongering that the news was presented to me every single day. So when you say the recession starts in your mind, that is 1000% accurate. Because if I was not so tapped in to the BS during while I lost everything, if there was opportunities to go on YouTube and things like that to watch people like ourselves, I would have been able to get out of that like quick, fast, and a hurry versus a couple of years. So everybody understand what Ash just said. The recession might be real for everybody else, but if you have it in here that it's not going to affect my household, there ain't going to be no recession in your household. It may be outside of your walls and your doors, but it ain't going to be in your household. And me personally, I'm telling you from experience, I let the recession and the fear mongering get to me 12, 13 years ago. And I told myself, I made a promise to myself, I will never let that shit happen again. Never let it happen again. So I want all of you guys who's watching this now live and on the replay, understand that big gem that Ash just told you. The recession starts in your mind. And if you let it get to you, then it's going to affect your bank account and it's going to affect your family. Storm, I want to transition to you. Another great thing that Ash said was opportunity. When he hears the word recession, he thinks about opportunity. You being the employed millionaire, real estate mogul, what opportunities do you foresee coming up over the next 12 to 18 months in the real estate market?
In the market, for me, I really do not think about, just like Aspen and just like you're mentioning. I'm still willing to take on debt. And the reason why, because debt is the number one thing that helps you build wealth. You just need to know how to master and understand that debt. If I know I'm going to buy a property and I know that interest rate is, let's say, 7-8%, but I know I have that rent coming and that's going to cover the debt, I'm not worried about that debt. I'm not worried about that interest rate. As long as something else is covering the debt, you just need to place yourself in the right position to make sure that that debt is being covered. That's the main thing. Like, don't stop yourself from taking on something that you know has built all this wealth around you. The first thing we think about, especially with housing, we think like homeowners. And I always feel to be the best homeowner, you need to be the best investor first. The reason why? Because you should always, in my opinion, buy investment properties first to pay for your lifestyle of being a homeowner. We're taught, buy your home first. We're taught, get that college degree. We're taught to consume so much debt, but not understanding what are you getting out of that debt. When you buy your primary residence, now that income comes against you. when it's time for you to start borrowing money. But if you were to get that 4-unit, that duplex, let's say the duplex, you know the play, you live in the duplex, rent out the other side. Now, MG tell y'all this play. Now you do that, you get another one. Now you having that paid for your primary residence and you're living rent free. And also you change the thought process of how you handle debt. Like the major biggest thing when you look at interest rates, you look at payments, the first thing you look at is yourself paying them. That shouldn't be the thought. The thought you should look at is, okay, how can I have this pay for that? What are these tools I need to do that? You know, but we all been painted this lifestyle and image. Like myself, I bought my first property in 1999. I've been in real estate for that long. You know, when I bought that first piece of property, it was investment property. But I let the other things interfere because there wasn't all this knowledge base with internet and mindset, all this happening right now. And I let that stop me from buying more properties because I didn't understand and no one shared to me that thing about debt until I started investing in real estate out of state and I got me a mentor. And I'm going to say it again, just like in the dictionary, the word mentor comes before money. Get yourself a mentor if you're trying to get to the money. That's the successful route. Bought that first property out of state. I started understanding building a team, buying properties unseen. You know, I bought 34 properties, never saw them before. Built that portfolio, walked out of my job in 5 years by buying properties in markets that was affordable. That's the thing also. We live in these higher markets and we think that there's nothing else out there to buy. I teach the whole United States is your marketplace. You just have to free up your mind to understand that the world is bigger than your block. If the furthest you've been is to the Poconos, what are you going to be able to tell somebody about the Caribbean or the European or Africa? How can you have a versatile conversation if the furthest you've been is the Poconos? You feel me? So once you expand your knowledge and expand your growth, now guess what? You're realizing that everybody else around you has been actually holding you back. And let me tell you, that's not a bad thing because they're set in their ways. You just need to understand that your ways have now come to an end and it's time for you to change. Change your environment. You cannot become an architect if you're hanging around somebody that loves to play basketball and shoot jump shots every morning. You will not become a successful investor if you hang around somebody who worked at a job 30 years and lived paycheck to paycheck. Get into the room. Get around other people who can explain to you the value of high-profile relationships and just having a conversation with other people.
What was your interest rate in 99?
My interest rate in 99 was, I think, about a 9. Easy 9.
And that was a great rate in 99.
Great rate. Like, great rate. When I look at these rates now, I looked at one of my properties I just sold. It was an 8.3. I was like, y'all, we got spoiled. Y'all got fat out here about these stars.
Basically. Basically, son. I think everybody's got. I don't think people realize the world did exist before COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? Like there was life before BC, before COVID. You know what I'm saying? And these rates were kind of normal. So I want to move on to, because you said a whole lot, right? And if y'all don't know, I'm taking notes as you guys are talking too, because like I said, I am always a student, and mentorship is something that you brought up, Storm, and I want to go to you, Marvin, because I've seen on your page and how you express how hiring a coach, you know, you're a financial service professional, right? You're making good money prior to coming on the internet. You've helped a lot of people make millions of dollars, things of that nature. But it wasn't, I've seen one video that you put out. You said until you hired a mentor and you invested into yourself, is that when things change for you financially, for you and your family as well. Can you speak a little bit about the importance of investing into yourself and investing into mentorship programs?
Oh, man, definitely. I'll tell you this. I attempted to do it myself when I got started as an entrepreneur. And when I got started as a financial advisor, man, I was getting doors slammed in my face. I was making every excuse that I could for myself. You know, I'm in a conservative area. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. They shutting the doors in my face. It's because I'm black. You know, it's because I'm young. It's because of this. It's because of that. It's because they don't want to work with somebody who look like me. I'm not from this area. Like every single thing I can think of, I made up, right? Now, I didn't make up the fact that I was black, but I made up the fact that how everybody was responding to me. I took on a victim mentality because I hadn't developed my mind.
We lost you.
Oops, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good now.
My fault. And because I hadn't developed my mindset, I almost failed out of the business. Like, I remember one month, my check for an entire month as an entrepreneur was $80. My rent was like $1,200, and my check was $80. And I found out that I had to pay for my mortgage on a credit card that particular month, man. And then it changed for me when I found me a mentor. And I said, look, nothing else is working. I paid for me a mentor. That mentor taught me more, not just about the skill set, but just getting that millionaire's mindset into my brain. I immediately began to have confidence in myself. When I walked to the door, things changed. I was persistent. I was confident. I still didn't dress very well, but I was confident. But guess what? When I knocked on somebody's door and they saw that I was confident, one guy actually changed my life. He invited me into the house. He said, come downstairs. I got something for you. He went downstairs and gave me like 6 suits. He said, you good now. And then the next person invited me in to eat. And I was like, what's changed? See, my situation didn't change. My numbers didn't change, but I changed. I changed because of the fact that I had somebody that was walking me by the hand, that was guiding me, that was showing me how to be. And because of that, I was a big believer in mentorship, man. I paid literally over the past decade well over $1 million for mentorship.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people saying $1 million is a lot, but right, it's all perspective. If I paid $1 million over time for mentorship, but I made over $15 million, like, who got the better end of the stick? See, I believe that everything that I invest in myself, Matt, always comes back to me 10 times. Everything. If I invest 10,000 in myself, it comes back to 100,000. I invest 100,000, it comes back to $1 million. In fact, recently, about maybe 3 months ago, I invested $600,000 in myself in 2 days. 600 grand. Now, again, anything I invest in myself, I know it's going to come back tenfold. So I wouldn't have invested 600 grand in myself if I didn't believe it would give me 6 million in a year. The crazy thing is, it created opportunities for me that made me 7 million in 3 weeks. Not a year, but in 3 weeks, we was able to have a $7 million day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a big believer. And then me, Storm, and Ash, we just invested $150,000 into another mentorship because we want to get this digital side, these infrastructure down. So we constantly paying for ourselves to do these things because we're a big believer in when you pay attention. We're a big believer in the fact that you cannot charge what you're not willing to pay. We can't charge somebody else $50,000 if we're not willing ourselves to pay $100,000. See, most people are holding on to their seed, thinking that their seed is the harvest. And the reason why they can't grow is because you can't grow without dropping a seed. And even when they drop the seed, they're burying the seed, hoping that it will work. But see, when you bury something, it dies. We don't bury a seed, we plant a seed because we want it to grow. We believe that when we plant that seed, it's going to come back tenfold. We believe that when we get mentorship, it's going to help us, it's going to guide us, it's going to put us to the next level. That's why it hasn't failed me yet. I will keep mentoring. If your mentor doesn't have a mentor, you need to run from that particular person. If your coach don't have a coach, you need to run from that particular person. So I'm a big believer in mentorship. I'll preach it from the mountaintops.
When you pay attention. That is a fact.
Yes, sir.
That was the biggest gem of the day. And I totally agree with that because if it's for free, it's for me crowd. Just really don't understand. Yes, can you learn things for free? Absolutely. But will you be able to go to that next level if you don't pay? It's like, why do people go to college? Why do people go get their master's? Why do people go get their PhD? Right? They're paying to play. Because they know if they want to get that high-level corporate job, they need that piece of paper behind them. And they're willing to spend $200,000, $300,000. So what I try to tell people all the time, I'll ask them a question. Did you go to college? And they'll say, most likely, yes, I went to college. So you were willing to pay 100,000 for an undergrad degree that had no promises of you making any money and being able to pay back that loan, but you won't pay somebody $500 to go for a 1 day, 2 day conference. You won't pay 5,000 for the super VIP ticket so you can be in the power of the proximity, but you will go pay 100,000 to a university that won't help you do anything. Right. So I agree with everything you said, and I'm not going to let you breeze over the 7 million in 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
One day.
Oh, that's old news. We just did 9 million in a day, man. It's see, the thing is when we keep elevating one another, like there's no competition. The only competition is ourselves. So we're constantly thinking about how can we beat what we did last time. What could we do to beat what we did last time, man? And what we realize is we bring on premium people, not a lot of numbers, but a lot of premium quality people because, Matt, I'm sure you know this, MG, people who pay you the least, they expect the most.
Facts.
And people who pay you the most, they expect the least.
Facts. Facts. Look, I'm not going to let you breeze over this one. You just said 16 M's in 3 weeks in a day. That's big money we talking here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking to some little steppers. We got the big steppers on here. And look, you never know. And I love to hear when folks like yourself talk about, yo, we're making this type of money, we're doing this. But not only are we making this money, people are being elevated and now they're coming back and making their money. So I want to talk to the success of some of these folks that have been paying into your mentorship programs and everything like that. Storm, can you speak that power of proximity with your students and your mentees that you guys are cultivating with this path to prosperity? What type of success are they having on their end?
Man, the beautiful thing about Path to Prosperity, what we were able to do was create an environment of people that want to learn, that want to change their life, that want to change their legacy. And they understand the value of what they get with me, Marvin, and Ash. Like what we put together with Path to Prosperity is something incredible because not only do you get us, we also created, it's basically like an online university. We also created tracks for Airbnb for people who want to go that route, people who want to do Turo, who want to go that route, people want to learn how to make money online. Like we didn't only just say we want to do our thing, but we went finding other people that have other great skills that can teach people other things. Because it's not just about what we do. Like we said, it's about managing and multiplying your money. So we understood that takes people who are coming from levels of going, okay, I don't have a business. Well, you don't have a business, you have an extra car at home that you're not using. You got a business. You don't have a business, well, you got a rental unit that you can use as rental. Let's look at Airbnb. Maybe there's more money in there. Well, you don't have a business, you have knowledge from a job that you have. Let's look about creating your online course. Let's look like there's things people really don't realize what they have until they actually have the conversation with people who are doing these things. So the success of what we have is tremendous. I mean, we have so many people who've been doing literally 5 digits in a month, 5 in a day. We had a student do 10,000 a day, 5,000 a day several times. We have guys, man, that are doing some numbers that's going to sign off the charts.
Greg doing 100K in a week. Damon just did 100K in a week. And what's so crazy is I know you employ millionaires, so we teach people not to quit your job until you can replace it with your income. But what's so crazy is like 5 people and quit their jobs over the last month and a half. So it's like
that's crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Look, go ahead, Storm.
Yeah. So talking about like for me, I like to really slowly adapt people's mind to being able to make 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. You know, people really can't see that far when you start too far ahead when they're starting from zero. Like if all they know they make is $1,200 a week, and I tell them, yo, you could end up making $100,000 in a week or a day. Automatically, they're looking for the trickery. They're looking for the hand magic. You know what I mean? So you slowly have to develop their mind on how you can make a lot of money in a shorter amount of time than you can make a lot of money in a longer amount of time. If I tell you, yeah, you can make $1 million, but what if that meant making $100,000 a year for the next 10 years? Now you're going, Dad, that took too long. But now if I adapted your mind and say, okay, what if we were able to, for you to make $1 million in a week by creating this thing? You take this $20,000 or $5,000, you sell it 1,000 times or 100 times, break down the math. And here's another thing I want to really touch on, right? With money making. We have to really stop saying to ourselves, every time we think about making money, stop thinking about something physical that you can do. Stop saying I need to make more money. Let me go find another job where I could move this or drive this or lift that. You really have it in here. You just haven't been around the right crowd to show you how to change the mind of how money works. Think about this. The people who make the most money do the least amount of work. You have the people who work bellhops, butlers, waiters, valets, all the hard work, construction workers. But think about as you go up the ladder, they're making more money because they're learning how to delegate duties. When you learn how to really turn that switch on, you will be able to make more money. And it starts with stop being around people who the only conversation they can give you is how to work hard to make more money. So the success rate is great in what we do. It's something that we've learned to partner together. And we're really looking to tap into the minds of other great people like yourself, MG, who have great ideas. And we watch you, what you do, to be able to say that collaboration is the new currency. Us doing what we do over here without a couple of hundred people growing into thousands, that's cute. But what about your thousands, without thousands, and now thousands, you got thousands, like if we're trying to change the world, why are we trying to create our own planets? That doesn't work. We get together, now this one teaches that one, and now one banner is flying. Now we're creating a community that's unstoppable. But if our conversations continuously consist about, oh, I'm doing this with my people and what you doing, and inadvertently, we don't realize that we're battling with each other with what we're talking about with compliments. See?
Look, collaboration is better than competition. I say that all the time. And that's what I love what you guys have done with forming this path to prosperity. Like I said, it's the triangle offense. Like this is like 72-10 Bulls. Like this is just like a beautiful community that you guys have created. And look, it's no ego. You all three were very successful prior to coming to path to prosperity, and your like minds came together, and now you're forming this wonderful community. I want to talk more about this event that's happening this week in Miami. Tell us about what's happening and how can we be involved and be inside the room.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And we talked about collaboration, and people think me, Storm, and Ash, we've been, together for a few years. But the crazy thing is, this all happened in about 3 months. You know what I mean? So when I talked about $7 million a day, $9 million a day, putting together a conference that's about to be historic, the conference been planned for 2 months. You know what I mean? From basically collaborating. So this conference, what we're so excited about, we're about to show the power of collaboration in a rare form. We spent over $2.5 million on this conference. We're going to have about 1,000 people in the room, and the speakers is literally no break. It's no break. Sometimes you go to a conference and it's like, I got this person, you got this person. We're going to probably be able to take a break and go network on this speaker. But nah, it ain't none of that. It's all fire nonstop throughout. We got Bishop T.D. Jakes. We got Grant Cardone. We got Myron Golden. We got MG the mortgage guy. We got Ian Dunlap. We got Wall Street Trapper. Of course, you got me. You got Storm Leroy. You got Ash Cash. You got Darius Daniels. You got the women in the room. You got Eileen Wilder. You got Sarah Fontenot, Coach Kelly J, Dee Bresky. You got, man, it's so many people that we got. And I know I'm Nicole Purvey when it comes to real estate, Julian. Like, it's about to be so crazy. Carter. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but the whole point of it is, this conference is not just a motivational conference. It's going to tell a story throughout. You're going to want to show up on day one, and it's going to piecemeal a blueprint to financial prosperity. It's planned. Like, we don't have any speakers just getting up there talking. Every speaker that talks is going to add a piece to the puzzle that by the end of it, you're going to walk out with a game plan. You're going to walk out with a prosperity plan, and you're going to walk out with a brand new mindset. And the best thing about that, MG, is that some things cannot be taught. They can only be caught. I can't teach you. You just got to be in a room to experience it. You just got to feel that energy, and you might not even remember what exactly you learned, but you realize you're making different decisions the next day. You realize that you're doing different money plays the next day. You're thinking about money the next day. You don't even know what just happened to you, but somehow you just got transformed. And you can't do that by watching this on live stream. You can only get this by showing up in the room and networking. And when we talk about the education, we also not forgetting about the entertainment, because we understand that it's not about the speakers. It's about that person standing to your left, to your right, in front of you, behind you. Those are your next business partners. So we created many opportunities for you to have fun. We got a mixer with DJ Kid Capri. If you're from New York, you know exactly who I'm talking about, on the ones and twos, right? Like, if that ain't enough, we got
what day is that?
That's on Thursday. That's the Thursday that night. We got a VIP dinner followed by the mixer, which is going to have a comedian. Then we're going to have DJ Kid Capri mixing. And then on the next day, we got the inaugural Prosperity Ball, which is a black tie event. You don't want to miss that. We got 2 celebrity guest DJs. We got Tank coming in to blow the roof off with some singing to us. Man, it's about to be crazy, right? We spent, I think, about $700,000 went into just the ball alone. So it's premium at high class, right? And then outside of that, we got a yacht party exclusive for the Diamonds on that Saturday. And for people who got the privilege to get Diamond, like, you about to learn what concierge service is like. We're going to have people walking you around. You're going to have concierge service to the ball, VIP seating at the ball. You're going to have the front of the room seating. You're going to have your own Diamond Lounge where you're going to only meet with other Diamond people. You're going to have backstage passes to meet with some of the speakers. Of course, you're the only ones who get the yacht. You're going to experience the best meals with the gold plate. I mean, you're about to experience just high class, luxury all throughout. But even if you're only a general, guess what? There is no cheaper tickets. Like, the lowest ticket that you can get is $500. I think it's like $530 now, and that's for general. Diamond is $5,000. So you might say, well, why do we charge so much? Why did we charge so much when we could have charged $97 for a ticket? The reason why is that we wanted to set a standard that we're premium. Not we're premium, but you're premium, and you deserve to be around premium people. Like, we don't need to have 5,000 people, $5,000 people running around getting advice from $97 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to set a standard in the room that no matter who you talking to somebody who believes in investing in themselves. You're talking to somebody who's serious. They're not curious. They're not paying $97 just to get into the room, just to see, let me see what I can see. They coming in because they on a mission, because they want to make their money back and more. And those are the people who you want to be around. That's the standard that we wanted to set. We wanted to set the standard of premium, and that's what we came with. You can't just get TD Jakes to come on the stage. You can't pay TD Jakes enough to come to your stage. He'll only come if he believes in your mission and if you have a relationship. You can't pay Grant Cardone. This is only Grant Cardone's second event outside of his own 10X conferences that he agreed to come and speak to this year. These people don't just come unless they believe in a mission. So if you believe in creating generational legacy building wealth for yourself, for your family, for 3 to 4 generations down the line, then you need to go to path2prosperityconference.com and get your ticket today. Stop playing, y'all. Like, procrastination is the assassination of your dreams. Procrastination is the thief of all joy. People who act, they always act like Ash said, now. No opportunity wasted. If you want to get from out of your situation, if you don't want to think poor and act like you poor, then stop passing over opportunities repeatedly. That's what poor means. You're passing over opportunities repeatedly. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of the opportunity. Successful people, they act now. Successful people don't say, well, it's only 3 days away. It's only 1 day away. Successful people say, if that's where it's at, I need to be there. I'm going to maneuver what I need to maneuver around. I'm going to get into that room because that room is going to change my life. So path2prosperityconference.com.
Conference?
path2prosperityconference.com.
Put that back up there. Path to Prosperity Conference.
And you already know MG about to get some gems in a room.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's life-changing. 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 You have to take it upon yourself to treat yourself this opportunity. Yeah, there you go right there.
You know, I always say procrastination is like masturbation. You're only fucking yourself.
Woo! I ain't heard that.
I'm just saying. So look, procrastination is like masturbation. People, don't be out here fucking yourself and missing the opportunity to come to the Path to Prosperity conference, because this is where you need to be. Like, you just look, first of all, Kid Capri is a legend. So that party, that mix is going to be rocking. Then you talking about the black tie, and everybody who purchases a ticket get to go to black tie?
Diamond and platinum.
Oh, so we're gonna be with the platinum and the diamond folks Friday night. Look, I'm gonna put on the tux. I'm gonna go get a nice $1 million haircut. I'm gonna put on a nice cologne. I'm gonna be outside. Tukes, get ready, right? Flick me up, because we're gonna make a little movie out of this, right? And then you say you got the yacht on Saturday with the diamond only. And the diamond people paid $25K.
Diamond people paid $5K.
$5K.
Paid $2,500. And then general $500. We got a lot of good things, even for the general. Everybody get to come to the mixer with DJ Kid Capri. Everybody get to come to the event. You know, these are some extra special bonuses that we wanted to give premium people an opportunity to network with those premium people to accelerate growth.
No, I love it, man. TD Jakes, I'm really looking forward to seeing TD Jakes. Make sure, guys, set me up with a picture. I need 2 seconds. Let me just flick it up, because this man has changed my life, my thought process. He drops the Jesus gems. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the Jesus gems from TD Jakes. And the lineup is just powerful, man. You guys got anyone and everyone that you need at this conference. So I want you guys, don't be poor. Don't be passing over opportunities repeatedly. I like that. I got to use that, right? Don't be poor, man. Florida's right here. It's right next to you. It's a quick flight. Go get your flight. Go get your hotel. Where's this being held at in Florida? Tell them the location.
It's at the Diplomat Hotel.
The Diplomat Hotel. Make sure you guys tap in with that. Stay at the hotel. Network with the people. Come out there. It's sunny Florida. What's the worst that could happen? At least you get a little mini vacation for the weekend. It's getting cold everywhere around the country. You know, Florida's still probably 80 degrees when the sun go down. So come out there. Not only are you going to learn and have a good time, but you're going to be in sunny Florida. What's better than that in October?
And more important, what is it going to cost you if you don't come? Not to get the gems that you're going to receive. What opportunity costs are you wasting? But so many people are so caught up and not taking action because they believe that everything is a scam, right? And the way I look at it is, if you don't have at least $500,000 in your bank account right now, you've already been scammed. Scam means you still confused about money, right? You ain't got where you wanted to get, but you're afraid to get the information from the people who got it because you think that everything is a scam. The school system was a scam. I don't know how they got you to go to college and pay $50,000 every single year and go into financial debt to get a job that you might be still paying on those student loans 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. That's a scam. I don't know how they got you with that. And you still ain't learned how to be a millionaire, even though you went back and you asked for more. You went to a semester and then another semester and then another year, and you still scam, right? We want to show you how to get it quicker. We want to show you how to be profitable quicker. Ask Cash, Storm, I know, wants to show you how to get some cash flow on some out-of-state real estate property. I want to show you how to recycle that money 5 times off the same dollar and generate tax-free wealth for yourself and for your family to build generational wealth. You're not learning that in school, so you need to learn that around the people to do it every day.
Look, Path to Prosperity Conference.com. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets today. How many tickets do you have left? I'm sure this is almost sold out. It has to be.
We 97% to capacity right now.
Oh, y'all only got 48 hours. You're on the clock. You got 48 hours, people. You are on the clock. Do not be poor. Don't have a poor mindset. Look, you got to go to Path to Prosperity Conference.com. Now, I want to bring this up here, right? SW just left this comment, and I hate when people say this, right? It is okay to promote your business without talking down at anything else or anyone else. I don't believe SW they were talking down to anyone, right? These are just facts. You cannot, this is not about promoting the business, right? What Marvin said is actually a great thing. If you don't have a $500,000 liquid, right, you have been scammed by the system already because you haven't learned how to generate that type of money where you can save that type of money. I believe in that too, right? You have to have money. Now, maybe you haven't found out how to get that money and you feel offended by that, but you can't say that he's talking down to people because he believes that. That's his opinion, right? We just shared, I agree with his opinion, right? You may not agree with it, but it doesn't mean it's he's talking down to someone. It just means that his mindset is at a level. Shit, that $500,000 target might move to $1 million next year. It might move to 2 million. It's about elevating, right? We was with Irv Gotti this weekend, and shout out to Irv. And he's flat out like, yo, I'm about to be a billionaire, right? I'm about to be a billionaire. I'm going to work my butt off there. You got to have that vision and that mindset. And if you're not, and if you're around certain people, whatever they say will offend you. Because sometimes you just can't think that big. We all, as a community, we have to start thinking bigger. We got to stop looking at when people say what their beliefs are as if it's, yo, you talking down on other people. No, you're not talking down. You didn't specifically say you're a loser, you're this, you're that. No, it's just saying you haven't learned how to generate. And he said it right after that. You didn't learn how to generate that type of money and have the discipline to save at the same time. So I just, as a community, we have to expand our mindset.
Yeah, for me also, like people, when comments like that come up, which I get where she's coming from, but it's only because we're striking a nerve, though.
Yeah,
we touch a nerve for that person to say, yeah, I should be a millionaire by now. I should have a $500,000 by now. So now it hits them in that spot where, okay, what am I doing wrong? And the key thing is, how are you going to go to school to say to a college and you know, the thought process, I want to be a millionaire, but the person who's teaching you only has 100,000 or 200,000 or 20,000 in the bank, but they have a house that's 1.2 million and their salary is barely paying the mortgage. And now they have to keep being a professor at school, but their objective is to help you become a millionaire when they're not a millionaire. So it's like, you know, it's hard. There's something I like to relate to people. There was a drummer in a rock band. He wanted his kids to become a doctor, a lawyer, or an accountant. He always took his children on the road with them, even though they would go to school. Took them on the road. You know what his 3 children end up becoming? They end up becoming a drummer because it was the closest thing they knew. It was the closest thing to them is what they learned the most and gravitated to, becoming a drummer. If you hang around construction workers and you say, yo, I want to get me a job, guess what kind of job they're going to help you get to become a construction worker? That's just the circumference of the circle. So it's just literally saying to yourself, what do I deserve? What do my family deserve? What do I want to do? And if you want to achieve that, then say I have to make myself uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you literally already got one foot in the grave and the other one on the banana peel. Being uncomfortable is the way to get there. The toughest decisions that I've ever made in my life got me to this point. So if you feel the way, that's a start. Now you have to continue to sit in that and go, what can I do now to make myself more uncomfortable? Change your circle, start paying for mentorship, get around other people and listen to these conversations. Listen to these conversations, because believe you me, if you really want to learn, you got to learn to be quiet.
That's a fact. Path to Prosperity Conference.com. Get your tickets today. This event is going to be amazing. Storm, I'm excited, brother. Like,
brother, I look forward to seeing you Thursday.
Look, I'm very excited. I cannot wait to hit Florida. I got to look at my flight information now to see exactly what time I'm getting down there, so that way I can make sure. I got to get to run the show so I can see exactly what's happening, like on all days too. But I'm excited to I'm excited about this, man. Like, this is just going to be an amazing, luxurious, like, gym dropping session where it's going to give people that pathway, because you got so many different walks of life in one room. You know,
Yes.
the speakers are just all high level. And is it going to be more panel style? Everybody going to have a keynote? What's the
No,
setup on that?
we're gonna have, I think there's 2 panels. Everybody else is just gonna have straight up time to talk, to listen to one person. You know, like we mentioned before, we didn't want to create the breakout rooms. So, you know, we want you to stay focused on the story that's being told. The story that's being told for Friday is to develop your mind, develop your belief. Once you develop your belief, you develop your mindset. Now we're gonna tell you all the key things to prepare you emotionally, what you got to start doing, how this looks. Now, once we build that in you, now Saturday is all action. Here's what you can do to do this. Here's how to learn how to do that. Here's how to do that. Like, if you start building people up with tangible things to do, without actually building their confidence, their mindset, their belief and foundation, they're going to be thinking about, yeah, but when I get home, I got to worry about what my husband's going to think, my wife's going to think, my boyfriend's going to think, my job. How am I going to do this without my job? Like, you got to start preparing them to make those tough decisions the day before on talking to the boss, requesting more time off, using those vacation days to build your business. Stop taking sick days just to sit home and pretend you're sick. Stop going to work when you're sick. Like, you got to mentally prepare them for action. So once that story is being told, that's the key. So when you leave on Saturday, you're going to go, I know exactly what I'm doing from this moment on. So that's the build out of it, man. And we know you're going to give some important key gems on tangible things. You know, that's where we really giving you that spotlight to go tell them what they can do right now, because we prepped them yesterday.
Look, 15 minutes of fame, 20 minutes of fame, 5 minutes of fame. Give me one. All I need is one mic. That's all I need. All I need is one mic. Tell me what time, and I'm on that stage, and I'm going to burn that shit down.
100%, man. This is life-changing, man. I look forward to seeing you in the building. Make sure you guys be there. And I want you to do one more thing. I want you guys to understand, don't penny pinch. If you got you a general, a platinum, or a diamond, which we want you to be premium, platinum or diamond, get yourself a first-class ticket. Get yourself a room in the hotel. We want you to start immediately from day one feeling premium. So when you get there, you can't unsee that. You're going to be like, yo, this is what this first class. Oh, man, I felt it. I'm staying at the hotel. I'm around all these other speakers. I'm seeing MG. I'm seeing Storm. I'm seeing everybody. I can ask that one question that'll change my life. Like, don't penny pinch. Like, take that. You took days off being sick to stay home. Take them vacation days in that time. Get your butt there in that room that's going to change your life and your legacy.
Look, everybody go to pathtoprosperityconference.com right now. Go get your tickets. Get that first class. Very important, very key. You need that leg room and that mimosa while you're on that flight. Trust me. It's the only way right now, right? Storm, I see your partners had to get off. They had to go take care of some business, but I appreciate all three of you gentlemen for coming on today and ultimately giving me the opportunity to be a part of the Path to Prosperity Conference. I look forward to seeing you this week. We're going to live it up. We're going to educate the people at scale, and we're going to have a good damn time doing it.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be looking good doing it, too.
Bring that tux. Everybody make sure you get that platinum minimum and have your tux ready to network. This is what it's about right here.
Say less. People, drop some gems in the comments. Storm, tell them how to follow you.
Hey, man, you can find me on Instagram at I am Storm Leroy. At Instagram, go to employedmillionaire.com to find everything else about me. Also, you know, pathtoprosperity.com. Go there, see what the mentees are talking about, see what the plan is to change the world. And we look forward to partnering and teaming up with a lot of influential people like yourself, MG, because like I said, it's about doing this together, brother. Every time we see each other, I give you the same speech, man. We so bent on really doing this together. That's the way we're going to change the world and change the outlook of our people if we do it together.
Let's do it, my brother. Looking forward to it, man. I'm going to see you this weekend, man.
Definitely, family.
Everybody tap in with my people. Again, pathtoprosperityconference.com. Get your tickets today. I look forward to seeing you guys in Florida. This is Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, but better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. Peace.
Peace.